So I put up a question box on my Instagram letting you guys ask questions about the whole process, because I know if you haven't done it before, you know nothing. We knew nothing. We went into this knowing nothing, and it would have been helpful if we knew something.
Yeah.
We're heading out to the house. We got our measuring tape this time so that we can start measuring everything and where we want to put stuff. Do you think our yard is going to be done when we get there? The grass? Our yard? You don't? You're not very positive. Are you? Our estimated move-in date that we were told in the beginning, and it hasn't changed, is July 14th.
It's June 3rd.
It's June 4th. My brother, who, if you didn't know, if you missed it, we're moving into the same neighborhood. We're actually living right across the street from each other. He's moving in.
Here's our address.
He's moving in June 9th, so this week. And we've literally been in tow with him the entire time. Like, the only thing that's not done in our house is our front yard, because we're gonna be doing our own backyard. The only thing that's missing is our grass. So we're really confused about how we're gonna be waiting another month and a week. We're meeting with our realtor tomorrow to kind of go over what we think needs finished, and then she's gonna find out from like the head lady. What do you call her? I don't know. She's like the realtor for this builder. If there's an update. Do you know what we're measuring?
Yes.
What do you want to measure?
The fridge.
The fridge. I have important things to measure, like where we're putting decor. Okay, we're gonna go out to the house. We'll see. I think the yard may have been started. Nate says no. Not at all? Okay.
I doubt it.
We'll see. What are you doing? Being crazy? The coolest part is we get to walk about 15 feet. I don't know, it's probably further than that. Across the cul-de-sac, and we'll be at my brother's house. And I'll get to see my niece all the time and my nephew. That'll be the best part. 10 seconds. Sorry, Troll, Cub's christening your backyard with a turd. So sorry. We'll clean it up. But in about 15 seconds, I'm in my brother's backyard. It's like my childhood dreams come true. That I can just run over here and annoy him for the rest of my life. He's gonna love it. He was right, our front yard is not done yet. We were told it's supposed to be done. And
They said they were working on them. Some of them for the next few weeks. So.
Said ours is supposed to be done by the end of next week. So hopefully that remains true. because that's literally the only thing we're waiting on. There's like touch-up things that need done in our house, but unless I guess they just don't touch our house for the next 3 weeks. I don't know. We will see. Hopefully the nature isn't too loud. And if you missed it, welcome back to
Chilling with the Hillmans.
Hanging with the Hillmans.
I like chilling with the Hillmans better still. Bear.
Bear, your breathing is going to be too much for this.
Go lay down. Go lay down, Bear. No. No. Go lay down. Hi, Cub.
Hi, Cubby. Okay, in case you missed it though, for realsies, we bought a house.
We did?
Yes. We bought a house. I can't stand you.
That hurt.
We bought a house
Okay.
back in February.
Still don't technically own it because we haven't closed on it yet.
Okay. Is this the mood you're in?
Yeah.
That's fun. I posted a Q&A, ask us questions about our house. I'm sorry for the peanut butter. I have
Don't
had
put it
hiccups
down.
15 times today. Focus. We're going to explain to you the process that it has been. Look at Cub. Nate.
Yeah. Cub's in our video.
Hold on, now my grandparents are out here. We live at my grandparents, if you didn't know. Hold on. Oh, up there.
Hi.
We relocated to the garage because it's the only place that's quiet. You refresh.
Refresh what? Closing here in the mid-Julys. And if all goes well, we'll be moving in mid-Julys.
If all goes well,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
We gotta make sure that like the house is finished. We can get our loan finalized.
Why couldn't we?
We can. I just like messing with
Oh
you.
my gosh. So I put up
So
a question box on my Instagram asking, letting you guys ask questions about the whole process because I know
Sit.
if you haven't done it before, you know nothing. We knew nothing. We went into this knowing nothing, and it would have been helpful if we knew something,
Yeah.
but we didn't. So we're gonna try to answer as many questions as we can. Let's kind of start off with like the process of it from the get-go. We started looking into buying a house October of 2022.
Yeah, like we had talked about not buying a house. We were like, oh, it's not a good time to buy, blah, 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 all this stuff. Like renting is what's good for us. And it was good for us at that time. And then we kind of looked and some stuff happened with our rental and fee price increased a good amount. And
We just kind of took that as our sign
Yeah.
to like just go for
We would
it.
rather-
Hear us out though. We are firm believers that rent isn't just throwing your money away. There's a time and a place for when you need to buy a house or when you should buy a house, because we got so much crap for renting. We rented for 6 years,
yeah,
almost 7 years.
I mean, for, yeah, like 6.5 years.
6.5 years. And we got so much crap for it. That's just not necessary because you gotta do what you can do.
Do what is best for your situation. Sometimes it's hard to get approved. We gotta, like, we needed.
We didn't get approved the first time we tried to get a home
When
a few
you're
years
self-employed, you have to have 2 years of taxes at most places, and so that was the biggest thing. Is we finally had, 2 years of taxes.
Don't let
for
people bully you
self-employed.
into buying a
Yeah.
house. It is very different for everyone.
Yeah.
We looked into buying a house 5 years ago.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years
4 or
ago.
5 years ago, and we had no idea how the process
No
worked,
idea.
and
We got
approved for
for
like nothing.
There was no freaking way, but we felt like we were supposed to be buying a house because everyone was giving us so much crap. Long story short,
We didn't.
we didn't. And you don't need to buy a house unless you're ready to buy a house. Financially, job-wise, just everything.
All right. Questions.
Did you get a loan through the bank or specifically a mortgage company? How did you decide?
We went with a credit union, actually, because I work at the credit union. I don't do mortgages, I do construction and land loans. And
Do you have an opinion on why one is better than the other? Like if you didn't work.
It's just what works for you. Honestly, I went because I get a little bit of perks working at the credit union, though. Or any institution, I would assume maybe does something. You get a little bit off of fees or something like that. So
it was beneficial.
we looked
for us.
around with where rates were not great right now. Anything that helps. So we just decided to go with the credit union. There's a lot of good institutions out there.
My brother went through a mortgage.
Yeah, her brother
company.
went through a mortgage company, and I mean, I would suggest when you get your credit pulled, you got about 45 days. You can get it pulled as many times as you want.
Shop around.
And it won't hurt your credit, so shop around.
We even checked into multiple mortgage.
Yeah, we checked
places.
a couple different places, and the best situation for us was where I currently work, so.
Hold on, my brother's actually calling me, probably about house stuff.
Yeah, he's pissed probably.
Hello?
You better make sure you have a copy of your inspection and you take it with you to your NHO.
Why?
Because according to them, anything not listed on the NHO, doesn't matter if it's on the inspection, if it's not on the NHO, they don't have to do it before close.
What?
Like
what? So what happened with you? So did you get screwed on something, or
They're trying to.
what are they trying to screw you on?
Well, they're just saying anything that we did not list on the NHO, which the inspection report is very extensive of things that need to be done. And if we didn't list those out, then they're not obligated to do them. So you better just make sure you take that damn thing, and anything that is significant, you tell the guy, this needs to be done.
What a perfect
more
timing
fun
for a phone
stuff.
call.
Make
phone
sure
call
to
was-
make sure to do your research on your builders and
Okay, we'll get to that part. We are buying a house across the street from my brother. We're building at the same time. So my brother's been going through the process with us. That's who just called, and we'll kind of go into more details about that. But that's who we're on the phone with. So I had a lot of questions asking about the difference between building a home, like in the process, and just buying a house. So we're kind of like in the middle ground of it. So we didn't custom build this home. We got to choose finishes because we bought it before it was ever being built. But we did not
they
custom.
already had a floor plan.
Yeah, we didn't
designed for it.
custom design everything about this house. So when it comes to custom, my grandpa's actually a custom home builder, and we tried for like 3 years to find land to build a house with him, but land here is outrageous. Like
Pricey,
for an acre, you're spending around $300,000
if you're lucky.
if you're lucky. So that's why we went with this builder, where we did pick our floor plan, like they had options, and we picked other floor plans, and then we got to pick like the finishes of the floors, the paint color, the cabinet color, the countertops, and stuff like that. So carpet. So we had some say in what was being done, but we didn't fully custom build this home. Did our builder offer any incentives?
They had some incentives,
costs?
but we countered with some stuff, and they pretty much took the incentives away
For
and
the things
accepted
that we
our
wanted.
counter, which ended up being about the same. Because
That was a mess.
yeah, that one was a mess. There was a lot of back and forth, and usually there is a good amount of back and forth, but they were very set in their ways, which we're okay with because we get to design our yard now.
Yeah, so one of the things
They were going to include the yard, but then
what they were asking us to pay for the yard was outrageous, and so we're like, no, we're just gonna do our own backyard, which we're really happy about because
yeah, they do
we
a
don't
lot.
love.
The way that they design the backyard,
It's not our favorite,
it's not our favorite. They put a lot of beds and mulch in.
and we want a lot more grass.
We want more grass, so it's okay that we didn't go with it.
If there's anything that we could suggest, it's find a good realtor. Find someone who
Got your back.
has your back, because as much as you want to believe that they have the best interest in mind for you, like your builder or whatever, in the end, it's all about money.
Yeah.
So
Have a good realtor.
have a good realtor that's willing to hear you out, and
We've had a good realtor.
yeah,
So
someone that will be there when it goes down or hits the fan.
yeah.
What would be the first step to buying a home? Like literally the first step.
making sure your finances are in order and your credit.
score. You can work on anything.
Yeah.
Work on your credit. It's gonna really help in the long run with how much you get approved for and like the rate you get. Who's our builder?
Should we just go to that last, just in the wrap up?
Yeah, we'll talk about that last. Did I create room mock-ups for decor that I'm planning? Will I show you? So I've already been planning. You know me. I've been planning how to decorate our house. I think I started planning how to decorate our house the moment we stepped in to that house and decided to buy it. I share all that on my Instagram, and I'll have links to everything we're putting in the house. I have really exciting things that are happening in our house with companies that I'm getting to work with. It's gonna be so fun. But Instagram is where I'll share all of that. Were you always wanting to build, or was buying an already established home an option? So we kind of touched on this. This home was basically
We say we're
established.
building, but it's just the fact that we're waiting
house
for the home to be completed. So
yeah,
we didn't
design the house. It's basically like we bought a pre-made house. It just wasn't totally designed. So that's where we had the option to pick certain things. Did I get a designer? No, I will be the designer. I'll be designing everything we do in the house. What are some of the non-negotiables when choosing the home? Builder, 2 stories, square feet, etc.
We wanted 2 floors,
Yeah, we
2
wanted
stories.
a 2-story home. We wanted a large backyard. That was like our
Yeah.
biggest thing.
So we got a big backyard. We wanted a 2-story home. We wanted no less than like 2,000 square feet.
And this house is a little over 3,000. We wanted, we really wanted a bonus room, like a
Loft.
second living space upstairs. What else? Oh, we really wanted a 3-car garage. We wanted a 3rd bay.
Yeah, we wanted an RV big, but olive.
Yeah, and then we wanted it to be at least 3 bedrooms and an office. We both work from home, and we want a couple kids, so we just needed it to hold.
Vaulted ceilings.
Yes, we did really want vaulted ceilings, which is in this house.
Yeah.
To keep your finances separate, who took out the loan? When you get a loan, that's not how it works. You can have people sign on it together.
Doesn't matter where your money's at. You can pull it all together. All they care about is if you have enough bananas for a down payment. So
If you have enough bananas for the banana hut.
yeah.
Do you have a house payment before moving in or after you get the house? It's
Just after, yeah.
Are you a first-time home buyer? If so, any good programs with that?
We are,
We
but we're actually not going with a first-time home buyer.
There's a lot of great options.
There's some really good for first-time home buyers, especially if you're in Idaho. With Idaho Central Credit Union, they even just released a 40-year mortgage, which is pretty crazy.
Can you
So
tell
it's
them
scary.
why we didn't go with a first-time home buyer loan? Like, what were the benefits for us of not doing it?
With the first-time home buyer option, you have to have PMI on it for the entirety of the loan, unless
is
you
PMI?
refinance it. Private mortgage insurance.
Okay, so yeah, there was reasons why we didn't go with the first-time home
Well,
buyer.
that and the only reason you go with really a first-time home buyer is if you don't
Less
have
to
enough
put down.
put down. But we put more down than you needed to. So the first-time home buyer really didn't.
It didn't benefit us.
Like if we didn't have as much to put down, then yeah, if you don't have what you need to put down,
There's-
like 5% or more, then the first-time home buyer is a great option.
But if you can put down more, there's great benefits from not using the
Yeah.
first-time home buyer. So it just depends
There's
on
other-
where you're at
Yeah.
financially. Did you use pods or similar for storage? We use Boise Box. So if your local Boise Box is just like pods, and we actually found out they were cheaper than pods, correct? They were
Yeah,
cheaper
Pods
than
had a couple just added extras on their stuff, and so Boise Box didn't have any of that. So is that done?
If you don't know, we live with my grandparents while we wait, which I think was one of the questions. Where are we living now? We're living with my grandparents. We moved out of our rental in
April.
April?
Yeah, start end of March.
end of March. Moved in with them.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
Holy frick! It's flown by.
End of March. We just wanted to save as much money as we could. So we moved in here with them, and then they have a 5,000 square foot house. So we just live in the basement
Yeah.
in a big room with basically a studio apartment.
And her cousin lives in the mother-in-law's quarters.
Yeah, there's a
so-
mother-in-law's. It's like full house here. That's actually really fun. It's been a blast. Would love to know the financial process. Do you get approved and closed before building starts? No.
Yes.
Yes?
Well, you get approved.
You get approved before building starts, but you don't close
if
until
you're.
it's done.
Yeah.
So who is our builder?
we went with this company. We weren't even looking. We were actually looking at some other lots for this other company over here. And then her brother called and was like, "You need to come look at these homes." So we went over, looked at the homes, fell instantly in love with the homes.
They're beautiful homes.
Yeah, they do. They are gorgeous. They do really well. They have really great finishes, upgraded stuff. So that was awesome. The builder's name is Lennar. I think they're out of Colorado. Colorado. And we've been fortunate enough not to have very many issues with them. They, you know,
Like you
we
mentioned,
have
my brother
questions.
is building us.
Yeah, her brother's building across the road from us, and they've had quite a few problems. They're actually supposed to close in a couple days, and
There's just
they're
been
in
issues.
a lot of negotiation still, and so I'm glad that they're closing before us because now we kind of know what to expect.
It's
and what we need to
unfortunate
do.
for them because
Yeah.
they've had to go through like the negative stuff before us, and so we've been able to kind of dodge those because they've dealt with
Yeah.
them.
So a lot of times when you build or when you buy a home, a lot of the times if it's pre-built, you're just going. You don't really have to deal too much with the builder. The home's done.
Yeah,
you
you're
go
just buying the
in.
house.
You can do your inspection and you can get some of the stuff completed. So where we've seen the process go from start pretty much to finish,
And we've picked
we've
out
been
things.
involved in it, and so her brother and sister-in-law have been involved in it, and they've just had they painted the house the wrong color. They tried to
flooring
not
was
do
put
it
in
right.
wrong.
The flooring they were supposed
There's
to
been a
do
lot
down.
of like little issues, but it's not even the issues.
It's not that it's a huge thing that it's happens. It's just the way that they
It's
go
been dealt
about
with.
fixing it.
Yeah.
They kind of just like tell them, no, that's not wrong.
There's not it's not great customer service. If we're just
No.
gonna be straight up honest, we think the homes are beautiful and like the finished product is great. The customer service throughout this has kind of been, you can't guarantee good customer service from anywhere. That's what's been frustrating is you would hope that you would get that when you're putting this much money into a house, and so that's been the most frustrating part is with how much we're paying for this home, you would think they'd be a little bit more
Understanding.
kinder about the problems that have arose that weren't our fault. So just be mentally prepared for that, because I don't know that there's a way to know before you go into
You're
a
not
build.
gonna know. Yeah.
Just be prepared for all sorts of things,
There's gonna be
and just
quirks
know
with
it's gonna be
everything.
worth it, right? It's gonna be worth it. We're gonna get into our house and it's gonna be great. Last question. There's been a lot of speculation with why we're buying a house like this. Have we been hinting at things? Are we pregnant?